What up, world? This your boy Sky, broadcasting live, first thing of the day. And, to be honest, well, I'm gonna share a random thing, to be honest. I actually went to the dollar store and I got this hemp heaven. This was like right when I was about to check out. This was just random, oh my goodness. This was just randomly, like right on the checkout aisle. I was checking out right where you put the belt of, you know, where you put your items on the belt, the, conveyor belt thing. And this was just randomly on the side, like with all the little, snacks and everything. So it's hemp heaven. It's strawberry hibiscus lotion, and it even has organic cannabis sativa seed oil inside of it. It has shea butter. It has a whole lot of good stuff up in here. But it's hemp seed oil. And that's just, I found that I also have hemp too. And that's from like Target, something like that. That's another variation of that. It probably costs a little bit more. The other one I have in my room. I might show y'all towards the end of the video. But today, man, I just noticed some deep stuff. Like, I fell asleep. I was just listening to music. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to music and, just drifting off to sleep. And no lie, I did wake up and I did have some rushing thoughts, some overthinking thoughts, you know. Shout out to anybody else that can relate with that. Like for me, that's not something I resonate with. But maybe because, I don't know. I guess sometimes I get these racing, rushing thoughts because sometimes, you know, bills do, sometimes you may just be alone a whole lot and you feel like you need to be doing something, or like you feel like, sometimes you be overthinking, thinking that you might have had something scheduled at a certain time or something like that, just overthinking stuff. But my point is get myself into the area, into the mental space where I'm just, waking up with an extremely light heart, and it's in the process of that right now, to where I'm not waking up with all this heavy energy, grudges, overthinking, all this stuff. But I've been making peace with myself a whole lot, Only the deep, true, real people will understand, and I just thought about another thing when I woke up. It was about money, and to be honest, it was about rent, like, you know, I'm, just regardless, like the money goes in and it doesn't even matter. But I'm getting my rent paid, and it's a couple of days late, and there is no fee yet. You know what I mean? And it's kind of funny because it's like, you know, it shows the dramatic truth of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. It's very few people who will actually reach out to you and be real and, actually want to be around you just for you, without the money and stuff. And it kind of showed me that because it's like what happens? Whenever we're late on bills, late on rent, late on this, late on that, or something like that, boom, everybody's instantly ready to, panic, run, search, chase, you know, blow up our phone, all this stuff. But then, when everything's taken care of, and maybe we're going through some other stuff, or we're just chilling, doing what we love, this and that, sometimes it could be a lonely road, and it's like, where are those people at? It's like they come around only for the money stuff. And I get it, the world is a business, the universe is a business, law of exchange. Everybody doesn't have to be your friend. Everybody doesn't have to love you, I understand that. It's just sometimes, just like today, for real, I connected that dot and I'm like, wow, is this really what this planet is about? Only $1 and only in a certain systematic way, But I just thought about that. Then also I made another connection about birds. So I really don't know what the food choice of all the birds are. But I just thought in my head, I was like, okay, so in life, let's make it up. So let's say there's hummingbirds and crows. Let's say hummingbirds. Let's just make them both, well, whatever. Let's not even get into that part. So hummingbirds, I don't know what they eat. I don't know none of that stuff. All I know is I'm a vegan. So let's just say I'm a vegan hummingbird, okay? And, you know, I've seen some hummingbirds. They buzz around, they float around, they hum. They have a sweet type of aura, you know, like a melody, harmonious type of vibe, floating around. So I'm saying like this, let's say there's people like that. And then also there's people like crows, what are crows like? Heavy, you know, just gawky, cocky, loud, you know, kind of boastful, and just, they just give out that kind of eerie vibe sometimes. It's not like we're scared of them and we're not, you know, shaming them at all. It's just, what I'm saying? Every animal, every human, everything has a different energetic vibration. And I'm just keeping it like that. And bottom line is just like, it's hard to find hummingbirds is all I'm saying. I'm not out here to try to be searching for that, but it's just like, man, you gotta be so strong in this world. I'm grateful for my mentors. There's many times you do feel like you alone, and sometimes you do wonder, you're like, wow, you know, like for me personally, I didn't have, what I'm saying? I didn't control how I was born, how I was raised, all this stuff. I just did the best of what I had, out of all the decisions. You know what I'm saying? And I remember being around people that, you know, there was clashes and tension and, just stuff that didn't really mesh well a lot of the time, of all sorts of people, you know. And some of that stuff gets carried on over until when we grow up older, later in life. And I mean, it's our responsibility, obviously, not to carry all that stuff, but it still is a part of us, and it's natural for any of us to be overcoming, trauma, pain, hurt, suffering, whatever you want to call it, you know. And it's like sometimes whenever you go along this journey and like, you really are developing that true tunnel vision, like everybody else's words and opinions and everything goes out to your head, goes out the window. You don't even hear that. You don't even listen to that. And sometimes, especially when you don't even have any of the attention, it's kind of, sometimes it can be humiliating in a way. So I won't be too hard on myself. And at the other times, it's like, you wonder, like, you don't want to get too deep, too analytical, too overthinking about stuff, but sometimes you do wonder about what have people done. Like sometimes you do wonder what have people done behind your back, if they've been talking about you, rumors, if they've been doing stuff to try to bring you down without even saying it to your face or doing it, vice versa. And I'm not even trying to get all this drama stuff because I'm in a peaceful space right now, and that's the thing I'm really grateful for about going vegan is like you see that life is a mirror. No, I don't know it all at all. It's just like you learn so much and you learn some of the best lessons that you possibly can learn. Like for me personally, growing up, guess what? My parents, my family, we never had a gun. We never needed a gun. You know what I'm saying? And why was I always like, learning to accept that? Because whenever I would hear people spread rumors about the guns that they have, some people were hunting and killing animals. Some people just need a gun because, I don't know, I guess they we're in a lot of drama and stuff. I don't know what goes on in their family household, you know, and life's just all different in the movies, the TV, the radio, the music, everything. It really can influence the world, you know, and like me personally, I was just, you know, thinking about it because I don't even know why this world goes to that extent. You know, my bad. I got a little off track because someone's really loud and they started screaming outside. Um, Now I forgot what I was saying. Bottom line is like I'm I'm a peaceful guy. Oh, okay, now I remember. I remember now. Okay, so like guns. This all throughout our youth and childhood, people always been talking about guns and stuff like that. You know, guns and scary movies, drama, violence, all this stuff from the movies, from the TV, from the news, from the media, from the radio, from people in the locker room, rumors, etc., from children, all people spreading out stuff. It gets spread out throughout the whole world. From it's a virus basically. You know, and we think that we got to keep that on. You know, from hearing the music and stuff, we think we got to be like that. You know, I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a unique individual. And at the same time, like something I noticed was that like that can, to be honest, that's a big fear that I've had to overcome. Because to be real, you know, I never have been the one to want to constantly have war. You know, in astrology, I am an Aries, and we are the god of war. We share it with Scorpio. That's supposedly our like sibling or something like that on Mars. You know, and at the same time, like I love peace and tranquility. Like this times it's difficult to explain certain things. Like whenever you go work out, you know, you do it. You know what I'm saying? You're not out here slacking off. You do it at your own groove. You know what I'm saying? Your own intensity or whatnot. And I guess I call that ego in a way. Like, I don't know. I just call it that ego, you know. But it's not a bad thing though. You know what I'm saying? And then what I do call ego though is like when you actually going overboard to man-made stuff, like actually getting weapons of destruction, guns, knives, and stuff like that in real life, you know. And that's the whole point that I've been making. Like when you go on this vegan thing, you're simplifying everything, you start learning more and more about the world being reflections, and maybe after you've gone through certain stuff, some of those fears, they disappear because you're like, hey, you know, it's not, you know, it's not something for me to worry about. We control what we do internally. You know what I'm saying? And I'm living a life free from that drama, free from that violence, free from that type of weapons and guns and all that stuff. I live a life free from that eternally. And I can do that and nobody will stop me. And with that being said, it's funny because like it's that simple. But yet it's so uncommon because the masses are confused, and their karma just keeps going around and around and around, and they're chasing their tail. And that's literally what's going on, I connected the dots about that because I'm like, wow, usually people that kill get killed, you know what I'm saying? Or just suffering some type of something, some drama, and vice versa. For me, whenever I've been in a toxic relationship, arguments, chaos, you know, it was completely reciprocal. And it might have been, you know, all over the place. But at the same time, I'm actually grateful to have gone through it because I was able to see, you know, fighting fire with fire doesn't work. And, don't even get too analytical about that. You know what I'm talking about. Any type of damage towards something or someone, you know, will go back. You know what I'm saying? Literally. That's why I'm living a karma-free life eternally. You know what I'm saying? And I started to make peace and connect the dots about certain things. And I'm like, wow, okay. It made a lot of sense. It made a whole lot of sense. Because I've been through that, for real. And like, that's probably why they say most people don't learn to surrender, which is the last level of love. And for me personally, I'm here to live a long life and have a family and whatnot, and to be there for the family, to travel the world, etc. So like, for me realizing, hey, you can be yourself, it's a liberating feeling, because then you become fearless. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm about to, be rapping this savage, this and that. No, it just means like, hey, I can actually walk and breathe in peace, without this dramatic music chasing stuff. That's why I started connecting dots also last night when I was meditating. For whatever reason, I played I played a hip hop song, to be honest, or rap, hip hop, whatever, one of these new age mainstream songs. And the beat is, it's alright, it's cool. But then at the same time, realizing the knowledge, the information about the different frequencies, the 432 hertz is the natural frequency of the universe. And most mainstream music is sped up. And I'm noticing the different signs and stuff, like, it may sound alright, but then you notice it's like an act. It's sped up. It's like a, chasing vibe, like, and it's kind of funny, to be honest, but I don't know. Just being at peace with myself with that stuff, just literally being at peace is a blessing. You connect so many dots, and I'm not even into religion, but, people speak highly of Jesus, and I'm not even into religion at all. I'm just saying, Jesus is a very angelic, inspiring figure out there, who are people to hate, and I'm not even into religion at all. I'm just speaking about the essence, what he's done. Heal people with leprosy, blindness, this and that, I don't know it all. I'm just saying the image, the aura, the vibes, we're uplifting, we're heroic, are angelic, you know what I'm saying? And, you start to embody your own unique way, out of inspiration from beings like that, because then you're like, wow, okay, this is cool. Like, now I can finally walk around fearless, because you don't gotta be like everybody else. And what we mean by fearless is that when you step into the city, streets, malls, restaurants, everywhere in the whole world pretty much, except wherever the deep divers are, wherever like our tribe is, whatever plant-based people are, I don't know. A lot of times it's a lot of racy stuff, people just, buzzing off stuff, going way too fast, and you can sense it out, with the stuff going on. And you feel like something's gonna go off, something's gonna pop off, something's gonna happen, and you don't want to, what I'm saying? You just here just to be at peace, and then little by little, so you gotta be alone, you gotta change your circle of friends, you gotta detach, and then you start being one with your karma, you know what I'm saying? You start to learn that food and love go together. You start to learn that when you're a vegan, you live a karma-free life, so that's taken care of. You learn that meat eaters and stuff like that who may be trying to lash out at you, trying to cause you problems, trying to intimidate you, trying to disrespect you, this and that, you notice that they will face their own karma. It's nothing personal, because of the energy, the pain, the torture, the negative vibes from their food, the dead flesh that they've been eating. Literally, and then you're like, wow, okay. and you start to see, some more deep stuff too. You know, it's that you don't have to fight for nobody's love. You don't have to try to chase and hunt people down. You know, you notice that you are light years beyond, ahead of your generation. And like you see some deep dope stuff for real. Like you notice how it's that simple to surrender. It took for me to even be around some more relationship problems, relationship drama. And it was like tests, to be honest, to see what I would do. That's how I'm perceiving it, you know. And for me, I have closed doors when it's drama on the external world. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, life is all about tests. We gotta be mindful about the energy we surround ourselves with and whatnot. And when we know ourselves, as we know ourselves, it's liberating. And that's what I'm saying. I'm grateful to come in peace everywhere I go. I'm grateful to live a long life of freedom, of love, of life, of wealth, of growth, of learning, etc., etc. You know, and yeah, I just felt like sharing some deep stuff with y'all because for me that was a big thing that was rushing around my head because I was like, man, is it possible if there's actually people like me who don't just want to just get tattoos and fake jewelry and hook up with everybody and want to kill everybody? Is there any group of people who wants to do the opposite of that? Who wants to just focus, on that one? Who wants to live a long life? Who wants to actually just be peaceful and be about their own way? You know, I found some here and there. You know, I'm grateful to have, as we connect the dots, as we meditate, as we spiritually rise, it's liberating because then you see your power in a way, by using your own intelligence, and not going the wrong path, you know, going down the path of disservice. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, it's your boy Sky, broadcasting live